Let's look about Ancestry verse 23 and Me. Ancestry verse 23 and Me clearly shows how DNA testing kit is best for tracing your family's roots. And here's how the two popular DNA testing kits stack up in terms of cost, privacy, and result. In case you don't know where to take on the result, here is where you can get it happen, as we have in the bottom line. The treasure practice of shifting through old family photos and sharing the stories of generations past is a way to keep memories alive, as well as learn about your family history. But some may not have access to these photographs and memories, or may want to dive even deeper and turn to DNA testing services to build a more complete picture of their family tree. Guys, as I promised you, we are going to look at the testimonials and the feedback from the different viewers from different parts of the world. But before doing that, we have to also look at how they have gotten this result. That is one of the key factors we are sharing here, how you can get your own DNA result. And we have one which is 23andMe. So Ancestry DNA, a subsidiary of Ancestry.com and 23andMe, are two popular resources available to help you learn about your family history. Both required a saliva sample and analyze your DNA to infer where your family originated from. That is how the site is explaining. The analysis can also potentially detect relationships with other users based on their submitted samples. With all this, you can get to know the real facts. In addition, the analysis can also provide wellness and health report with information on cancer risk, health predisposition, career status, and more. We try out both DNA testing kits here, how to tell which one is best for you. And that is why we said, let us first look at this section of this video before we go to the commentary of the video to analyze and share with you the different testimonials. Best for family history information, as we have gotten it from this section of the research. Ancestry DNA says, I tried the Ancestry DNA kit, which cost about $109 after shipping at the time of publication, and comes with a saliva collection tube and cap. I returned back and a prepared return label box to register the kits. I downloaded the Ancestry app and scanned the barcode. That is somebody explaining from her experience. On the side of the collection tube, you can register your kit online too, and just normally enter the number manually. So when you make an account, the app asks for your consent on several items, including consent to process your sample, to store the sample of you want if you want the future testing, and to participate in research. So research include taking surveys and questionnaires that Ancestry DNA says it was used to attempt to better understand human history and health. So we see why and what Ancestry DNA taught some people, and that is how privacy and the complex world of genetics testing look like. And it continues. It declined consent to store the sample and participate in research because not everybody like to disclose their information as we see it. By so doing, let's get to see what the different commentaries from different individuals, different viewers look like. As I earlier said, some are positive, some are negative, but we are also going to see them all we are going to look at them. So one viewer says, I am 42% Nigerians. Most Africans I met have always said I look Nigerians, which is crazy. I'm so happy about it. That is a viewer who is testifying, and the viewer is happy that they could get their DNA test and discover they are 42% Nigerian. Another says, I got my DNA result back recently and had gotten 34 Nigerian, which I thought was super cool. It is higher than my other ethnicities. It's good I share with you so that you can get to look at what I'm talking about as well. Let me try to portray with you guys as we move on to see what I'm talking about concerning the DNA test and the DNA and the different result. That is it, guys, as we are saying. That is it, as we are saying. We read from the comment itself, directly from the comment. We are going to see different commentaries, different testimonials concerning our topic of today. It's a she. She said, I got my DNA result back recently and I had 34 Nigerians, 34% Nigerians, which I thought was super cool. It is higher than my other ethnicities. And that is great. And people are so congratulating her. Nigeria is a country, and we have seen why I said there are positive and there are negative commentaries. As we see, there will always be some people who will never see good in what others are doing. So, and this is an example of how I'm sharing with you guys. Is it a problem? It is not a problem. More than likely, Igbo or Yoruba. These are also some commentaries complementing this feedback, right? These are also some commentaries complementing this feedback. So another says, more than likely Igbo or Yoruba if you are a descendant of a slave or in the diaspora. And she replied, exactly. We move on. He said, I will definitely look into more of my background. I'm excited to figure out all I can. That is also a compliment. Some exact Nigerian percentages I got, I'm actually 75% Africans, though that is also a testimony and a clear proof that we have gotten and we are on the track. Another says, I got my DNA result white back. I'm 50% Nigerian. Some of East African has popped up there also as well. And another says, I had mostly West African, 84%, but the rest was Middle Eastern, European, North African, East African, Indian, Native American, and Asian. Makes sense, being that my family is from New Orleans and the Caribbean. That is it, as we see from the comment. Another says, just learn I'm 34% Nigerian, but that's all I can find. I wish to go deeper and truly learn my direct ancestry timeline. Really sad. I don't know who I am. Still on the research, and we come back to testify. As we see it, still on the research, and we come back to testify. Let's see what others are saying concerning this same topic. What testing company? Someone says, what testing company? And I will reply to that. That is why I said we are going to be replying to questions and we are going to be reading the different points of views of viewers to that person asking what testing company. You can check on 23andMe because 23andMe is a testing company reliable for testing. And we have already discussed about that before getting at this point. Another says, I'm 51% Nigerian. Both my parents and their parents are Africans Americans. I think me being a half Nigerian is crazy. I really want to learn the language and my culture, but there is over 300 tribes. Where to start? Where is she going to start? That is the bigger question, and we have gotten it how we got some replies, which is not necessary. How we got another reply. Have you done 23 and me? That is slightly a question, an answer to a question that was asked, which company they can take their own DNA test, and another person have answers. If they have checked the 23 and me, it's where I found out I was half Igbo. That is it. That is what I was saying. I said they should check 23 and me. They don't give the exact tribe unless they are close to almost certain. Not everyone gets the ethnicities. Another person confirmed, same here, I'm 47. As it says, I wish, I wish the next move as sub-Saharan Africa is to review what we learn about ourselves. First of all, the concept of tribe as brought to us by colonialism was who we truly are. In many cases, those populations, those tribes are in fact subgroups of the same nation. I invite you to listen to a Godia, a Kongni, a Scosa, and a Macunian. You will understand how the different foreign settlers hastily jump on the tribe tact. So that is another person explaining from different reactions concerning the ethnicity and the tribes. The issue is that the choices and the decisions they subsequently made from those errors affected boundaries and people's sense of self deeply to this day. And that is his own point of view why we have gotten to this point where we choose to say it as what we understand, pay our understanding. We got another feedback here. We say stripes, sub-Saharan Nigerian, Ivorian are not even words of an African language. Hell, even the word African isn't a continental native language. I mean, if you really want to get down to it, but I get what you are saying. It goes beyond creating boundaries that cause problems. But I think we need to take it a step further and get rid of all colonial slavery names put upon us. But to truly understand all of this, we need to go back to the start of modern Western philosophy because it permits our society, government, ideology, rules, laws, and politics. Now we get another here which says, I agree with you to put point. That is still the same chain which is going on for this same video. The nature of consistencies, the nature of consciousness is to categorize, can't escape that. So for me, sub-Saharan works perfectly because it is scientifically true. Populations like me are mainly found below the Sahel belt, so I don't advocate throwing the baby with the bad water. So non-Africans were not motivated by imperialities or 19th century beliefs and did pioneering jobs for us. As we can see, we will definitely include them in the job at hand. Same goes to Western philosophy. I think and school of thought can be of great value in itself, but turns so in the hands of dubious mind. That is his own points of view as we move on. I mean, some non-Africans. That is still the same question as we are moving. Another person debunked the fact as he says, I disagree with you 1000% on all levels. Sub Saharan is a term given to us if you are a person of African descent. How is this a perfect word to describe you when we are the first people on earth? We are indigenous to Northern Africa as well, when they have literally proclaimed everyone in Egypt as of European descent. Disregarding the people of African descent as there we can see as for Western philosophy. I don't think you really know how it pertains to African people of if you did you wouldn't agree with it. So Western ideology is at the center of and it's the driving force of Western society, which is what the war bases its system on. That is their own points of view as we keep on to find more comments and more reactions. Now we get it here as they say, thank you. Ancestry DNA has reported my sister and I to be 30% Nigeria and less as any of the other West Africans. I appreciate other analysis of the diaspora. That is a comment, and we say another says I'm 40% Nigerian here. My Nigerian best friend calls me Damilo. And that is it as we get it. I just got my ancestry result back and I'm 47.6% Nigerian. Can I just say I'm Nigerian from now on? People of color in America are the only one without a real. They categorize us by skin color. That is a confirmation from being a Nigerian from a DNA. And someone says, I am also 47% Nigerian. Someone say, I don't know about you, but I really call myself Igbo America. Those are commentaries from different peoples who have gotten their DNA result to be showing they are from Nigeria. I'm 42% Nigerian from the Igbo tribe, and I tell people I'm Nigerian. That is it. Hey, has anyone heard about this new bill? As we see, those are destruction commentaries. As we can see, are you familiar from the Virginia North area? That is what we got at commentary. There are a lot of them. 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 I am 43% Nigeria. I pray that one day I make it to Africa. More importantly, Nigeria. And that is it as we have different points of views, different analysis. Very interesting and enlightening information. Thanks for that is it. As we have gotten it here, guys, since 28% of the slaves that came to the Americans were from Nigeria, it's not shocking. A lot of us Black Americans, like myself, have Nigerian blood, and that is it. I am 29% Nigerian. I can so far only trace back my ancestor to being born in Africa, but not where we have gotten the exactitude of what the reply of this video look like. So now you watching, what is your own take? What is your own points of view concerning all the facts about this video and what you have seen concerning what others have containing the same topic? So we are going to take on with another question that came up during this video in the comment section attached, and we saw it in one of our commentary which says, so with that question, why do so many Congolese show up as Nigerians on DNA tests, and what about crewmen Mendika? They also show up as Nigerian on DNA tests. It is just European science's failure to distinguish between certain groups, or is every African in Central West African a Nigerian? That is a bigger question, and we got the exact reply from someone who have also researched after researching. It says DNA sample sizes are rather small for those countries you have mentioned as compared to Nigeria, which have some sort of number, some great margins when and during the transatlantic slave trade. You get it right? So now we are going to see why so many African Americans are interested in their African ancestry. Why is it so? That is the greatest questions as we are going to look at it now. It will be important because uh, people often ask this question